Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's Thursday today and I'm a little later than normal because my husband and I went and picked up our new truck today. Not new, but new to us. And we're kind of excited. So that took part of the afternoon. So I'm a little later. Today, I am going to show you 3 cards that are part of the make and take that I send, the make and take kit that I send out for orders placed in May. So if you put an order in with me of $50 or more, I will send you this make and take kit with 3 cards, enough to make 3 cards that I'm showing you. And if your order is $75 or more, I send you some embellishments that you can use on your cards. They may not be exactly the same as I'm using, just depends on if they're available or not. And just note, this is only available for orders placed with me in Canada. I can't sell outside of Canada because of Stampin' Up! Policy. And also, if there is another reward going on at the same time, because we have a launch coming up, you can pick which one of these you want, whether it's the reward that I'm offering during my launch, or whether it's this one. Up to you. Hey, Joey, welcome. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to use. It's such a pretty suite. It is a sneak peek from the upcoming annual catalog that comes out next week. Can you believe it's next week? All right, so this is called Unbounded Love. It is a mega suite because it comes, I'm trying to just not lose the dies. It comes with 2 bundles. It comes with, the first one is this Flowers of Beauty, which is 2-step stamping, really pretty. Just so flowers and 2-step stamping so that you can stamp both of these images and get the outline plus the inside colored. Then these great dies that go with it. I'm absolutely in love with sprigs always. And I'm going to play with these. Actually, I only cut one size of these. I meant to cut 2 different sizes. So you get, what is it, 3, 6, 8 of these little tiny flowers when you use this die. And then there's one that cuts smaller flowers, which I was going to use, but I cut the same color when I was doing it. Kind of went ahead. And then, of course, you can cut some of these images out. So that's the first bundle. This is an amazing bundle. This is all sentiments, and look at all the sentiments you can get. These are 80% images, so they are bigger than what they appear. And then to go with this one are all these amazing dies that you can use for sentiments. Like, this is absolutely gorgeous with the leaves. And some circles and some sprigs, extra sprigs and extra leaves. I absolutely love. Love when you get some dies that you can use with all sorts of stamps. So those are the 2 bundles in this. So this is the designer series paper. And I got a piece of plastic. I don't know what that's. So I don't know. This is lovely. These are in the new in colors. So this is Summer Splash. And on the other side, some Pretty in Pink and Summer Splash. And also, I don't know what the colors are. I should have looked at that before I started. Let's see what it says the colors are. Berry Burst, Calypso Coral, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Pretty Peacock, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. So many, some of the older colors and then some of the newer colors. This one is Peach Pie, and I think I'm going to put Petunia Pop with this one. I just really love the color combination. Again, some more Summer Splash. I showed you that one already. This is, I think, Summer Splash and Petunia Pop. And on the back, that's Petunia Pop. Again, some more flowers in all sorts of the colors. And on the back, look, this one in Pretty Pink. Oh my gosh, this Pretty in Pink is so lovely. Maybe it's that one. And you've got this one. Really, oh gosh, so pretty, fresh. Somebody said that these new in colors are fresh, and they really are fresh. They just look lovely. Some kind of watery color, mottled, and then Peach Pie. Just gorgeous designer series paper. So it's 12 by 12. Put it over there. The other thing that's part of this suite is this glimmer paper in the new in colors. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm going to use one of the cards has got some of the Pretty in Pink. So Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, and Pretty in Pink. So you get one sheet of each of these in the package. That's also part of the suite. And then the last part, I think that's the last part of the suite. There may be some ribbon that I've missed, but anyway, I'm not using any of the ribbon. I'm using some of the in-color ribbon, but if there's ribbon that's part of the suite, I don't have it here. These are the in-color resin dots, and they come in all of the different in-colors. All right, let's get started and make some cards. So this is the first one that would be part of the Make and Take kit. I'm using Peach Pie. I love this Peach Pie color. And so this is 4 1/4 piece of cardstock or designer series paper. 4 1/4 by 11, and we'll score it at 5 1/2. And fold into the mountain. So I had my nails done already. So I'm getting ready to go to Mexico on the incentive trip. Can you see? Look at these. Aren't they fun? I think they're great colors for Mexico. Kind of neon orange, neon pink, and then this multicolor one. Can you tell I'm excited? All right, so there's my peach pie. Okay, now I've got a piece of basic white, and I haven't done this. I wanted to show you. I'm going to use, I've meant to emboss it. This is the new So Swirly embossing folder that's part of the new catalog. It is much bigger. So it's like 6 inches by 8 1/2 inches. So it's great because there's no worries that you're not going to be able to emboss an entire piece of cardstock or even a larger piece if you wanted to. And you can actually probably get 2 pieces of cardstock almost in here to emboss at the same time. This is not a 3D embossing folder. It's just a regular embossing folder. So it just uses, if I bring my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine in, it uses the cutting platform number 1, and then one of the cutting plates number 3, and another one number 3. It doesn't use the number 2 plate when you run it through. And you don't have to use the number 4 plate, which you use when you have the 3D embossing folder. So I've got that embossed. And look at this lovely texture that you get when you emboss that. Okay, so I've got that. That's 4 inches by 5 1/4. I cut a piece of the petunia pop. And so that is, I believe this was 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then this piece of the designer series paper is 2 inches by 5. So I'm just going to get my glue. I'll adhere the designer series paper to that piece of petunia pop. Now, I wouldn't have necessarily thought about putting these colors together, but when I saw this designer series paper, I decided that they definitely will go. Now I'm going to leave maybe about 1/4 inch or so on that one side. And just put this down. This is a favorite layout of mine. Okay, and I'm just going to trim that a little bit. I've got some petunia pop kind of sticking out over the edge. So I'll just trim that off. And then I'm using my liquid glue. When I've got an embossing folder, I like to use liquid glue so it gets into the nooks and crannies. Yeah, it is a pretty color combination. Nice. Like I said, sometimes I would never think about putting these colors together. So Stampin' Up! Does it, or their concept artists do it. You kind of go, yeah, it does kind of look pretty. Okay, so there's that. Now I went ahead and used one of the sprigs from the Unbounded Love. So I thought I'd put that on there. And I'm going to stamp using the Memento. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to stamp this big image, this tall image. Ugh, loud noise, sorry. So I want the outline, which I think is this one, which I'm going to stamp. Get it off of here. I don't want to rip it. So I'm going to do the outline in the tuxedo black, and then the inside in the peach pie. Try and get all of it inked up. There we go. Like that. Oops. Now these are photopolymer, and I probably should be using my foam mat to make sure I get a good image. So we'll put that foam mat on there. So with the photopolymer stamps, you want to use your foam mat or something. Have some kind of cushion underneath your stamps so that you get a nice image. Now, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to turn it sideways. And it's easier if you kind of stand right over it and you can see. So if you can, the bottom of this is what you're lining up. And actually, it's not too hard. There we go. And then you just do it. And I'm a little bit off, but I'm okay with that. It's just a little bit abstract, but that's okay. And then the last thing I want to do is, of course, stamp a sentiment. So let's pull out the other stamp set. And let's do the happy birthday on this one. I have used this happy birthday. It's really pretty. And we'll stamp that in tuxedo black. And then I'll cut it out because it wouldn't be one of my cards if I didn't fussy cut something. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is pull out. I've done most of the die cutting ahead of time so that you don't have to watch me die cut. But for this one, because I stamped it as well, and hopefully it's gonna show up. Yeah, there we go. Get that lined up, and I'm just going to put a piece of Post-it note tape. Try and press it in, and I'm just going to cut it over here. Bring my machine all the way over again. I think this is the only die cut piece that I haven't done yet. Okay, so there's my image, and I'm going to kind of layer those two like that. I'll cut that out in a minute. So you can use liquid glue to adhere these on. You could use glue dots, but I'm just going to use just a little bit of liquid glue in a few spots. Try not to get it all over the place. Put that on like that. And then I am going to use mini dimensionals because this stamped image gives you a little bit more room to put dimensionals on. Like that. I'm not going to use too many. Just have part of it free floating. Like that. Now I chose this happy birthday and I hope I have room for it. I may have to restamp something, but we'll see. If I fussy cut it and go around the letters, it will make it just a little bit smaller. So the new catalog goes live May 1st. And so if you live in Canada and you don't have a catalog yet, and you'd like one, and you don't have a regular demonstrator, that's all my caveats, let me know. I'd be happy to send you a catalog. All right. Using dimensionals. And we'll find a place for this. Hopefully, like I said, it's not too big. Oopsie. Okay, I'm going to put it right like that. I want just a little bit of glue just to hold that down like that. All right, and let's put some these pretty resin dots on it. So we'll use Petal Pink because that was what we used on the card. Like that. And oh, there it is. Somewhere I have a piece of basic white, but that looks like it's too big because I think I actually used the piece of basic white that I was going to use for the inside of the card. Which is typical. Okay, and then let's just stamp this same image, or part of this image, on the bottom of the inside of the card, just so that there's something there. Like that. And then like this. See if I can do this. There we go. Like that. All right, and I'm going to clean up that before I get that ink color on the next set of cards, which aren't the same color. There we go. And then this can go on the inside of the card. I love this peach pie color. There we go. So that's the first card that will be part of the Make and Take kit. All right, on to the second card. Now this is, we're going to see what this card turns out like. I have an idea, but we'll see. So this is Pretty in Pink, and if you think it's familiar, it is. We used to have Pretty in Pink at one point in time, and then it retired, and now it's back. And it's really nice to have another pink in our color family. So this piece is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then using my bone folder. And then I have another piece of that. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And this one I did go ahead and emboss using that So Swirly embossing folder. So that's going to go on the front. And I went ahead and cut out, I don't know if I have any more of these. Oh, okay. I went ahead and cut out some of these flowers from the Pretty in Pink shimmer, and also in white. And I also cut out some leaves. So my idea was, and we'll see how it goes, because sometimes my ideas work out and sometimes they don't come out exactly how I thought. So I'm just popping out all of the, this is one of the leaves from the, what is that one called? Flowering Beauty. So I'm just poking out all the bits. Okay, so my idea is I'm going to do that. And then I thought I would just kind of pop these flowers using glue dots just to create a bit of a, I'm going to say bouquet, but it's not quite a bouquet. I'm not sure I'm going to use all of them. Like I said, there are 8. When you cut out using that die, you can either use the negative. So if I had kept the little piece I had cut out from, you could use that as a border. So I cut out white and I cut out Pretty in Pink. So I'm just taking them. Like I said, we'll see how many I use, and the ones I don't use I will just pop into my stamp case, and they're all ready on the glue dots, which is a great way to store them. Okay, there we go. So take that. Oops. So let's take, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue to glue this on. Don't need a lot of glue. Like that. Oopsie. I got sticky fingers and pulled it off. There we go. Okay, so let's just take, and if you want to, before you put these onto the flower, you can just take and just use your fingers to kind of bend it up. So my thought is we'll just kind of create a little bit of a flower display in and around the leaf sprig. And I'm just kind of folding those the petals up. If I had cut out the white out of this smaller, so cut out one set of these flowers from the using the smaller flower die, I could have put one on top of the other, but I didn't do that. All right, I think that's enough. So I've got just kind of some flowers running up the leaf, and I've got these extra flowers that are cut and ready to go the next time I decide to do this. Now I cut this die out using one of the dies from yep, my brain's gone. Unbounded Beauty, that's what it's called. The Unbounded Beauty. So I cut one of the dies using that bundle. Trying to pull it here. Here it is. I make such a mess. All right, so that one I cut using this die here. And then I cut just a piece of basic white. So I measured this, and this was about 5/8 of an inch. So I cut this one 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to look for a little sentiment that is about the length. So that one will go. I don't know what it says. The Blessed Day, or actually this one says friend, and I really like that one. So let's take and get a block for that. And then let's stamp this in Pretty in Pink. Ooh, I have to kind of, ooh, it's hard to see. I have to bring out a piece of grid paper and just see what this stamp's like. This block is, okay. Okay, let's try this. I'm having a hard time seeing through this block. It's almost like it's, I don't know, magnifying or something. So let's try this. Get it straight. That is, well, let's try that again. Let's turn this over. Oh, that's better. Almost doesn't fit on my block, but I got it too. All right, so put some dimensionals. Get the right side. See all the trouble when you stamp it on both sides and you're not sure which was the right side. Okay, I'm gonna actually, let's cut tag ends in both of these ends. I always cut in from the middle, and then that way I can get it as close to the middle as possible. And then that can go on this. Hopefully that'll stick. Sometimes it's hard to get things to stick to the glimmer paper. And we will just put this on here. Like that. Ooh, that's a very pretty, I think that's a very pretty card. Pretty simple, but pretty. Okay, I need to stamp something on the inside of my card. Let's just stamp one of these little flowers. or maybe 2 of these little. I'm just going to stamp the outline of the flower, not worrying about the inside of like the solid part of the flower for the inside of the card. And then the last thing I want is, of course, some embellishments. And I think what I'm going to do, if these will stick, let's see. I'm going to press down really hard. I'm going to use these little pretty and pink embellishments in the middle. And I'm going to put one there. So I've got them on the end. Maybe I will use, let's see. I think the white ones need something on the inside. Oopsie, there we go. Lost it. And one more, because we can. Pressing it down really hard so it sticks to the glimmer paper. And then, of course, this will go on the inside of the card. Really like how that turned out. Wasn't so sure what I was going to do with this one when I cut all those pieces out, but I think that would be a really pretty card to send to somebody. Okay, the last one. I love this paper. This is that summer splash with all of the leaves. It's a bit like if you've ever done emboss resist with some other layers. That's kind of what this is. It's like they've taken all of these image and used Versamark, stamped them, and then heat embossed them, and then done some coloring with blending brushes just to get the different colors. That's kind of the look that it has. It's so pretty. This summer splash is oh, it's yummy. All right, so this piece is 4 1/4 by 11, and we will score it at 5 1/2 and fold into the mountain like that. Okay, so I've got this piece of Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to glue it down. Like that. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then I cut that same sprig out as I used on the first card out of basic white. So again, we'll just put a little bit of glue on it so it sticks down. Like that. Then I went ahead, so there are 2 dies that kind of fit together. There's this round scallop, it's got stitching on it. And then there is this other die that cuts out these little tiny holes, and it cuts this out of the middle. So I really want to be stamping on basic white. So I kept that middle bit, and that's what I'm going to stamp my sentiment on using Summer Splash. And one of the stamps, which of course has disappeared. Oh, there they are. Okay. Best of luck. How about my heart goes out to you? I think this will fit. Right, so I'm going to get that piece off that I want to stamp on. So it cuts it out automatically. So I think if this is how it goes back together. Hopefully it's not too big. If it is, it's okay. I might just cut off part of the T. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of glue. You could use adhesive sheets to put on the back of this before you cut. And I always think of that after I've cut it out. So this piece will go on, covers up that lovely stitching, but it fits beautifully around this one. And then we're going to use dimensionals on the back of this to pop it up just a little bit. And just put it back in the hole that it came out of. Okay, we'll put dimensionals on this as well. You do have to watch using too many dimensionals because sometimes it means you pay more in postage, but I think this will be okay. Like that. And I think on this one, I've got some of the ribbon. So I've got the Summer Splash ribbon here. I think I'm going to try and tie just a little bow. Let's see if I can tie a little bow. Don't want it to be too big. That's pretty good. I'll just trim those tails. Yeah, I'll put it right there. And I want a glue dot. So it can go just kind of on the edge. I don't know if these are going to show up very well, so maybe. There we go. And then the last thing, I've got my piece of basic white that's 4 inches by 5 1/4, and when I cut my piece of designer series paper for the front, this is that 3/4 of an inch that's left over, and so I always just save it, and it can go on the bottom of my card. So it's 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. Here we go. All right, so there are the 3 thank you cards that will be part of the Make and Take kit for, let's see, it seems to be frozen. There we go, for May. I think they're very pretty. Hopefully people who get it will like them. Now, the one thing to note is if you get this kit and you don't have the suite, of course, you can always order the suite, or you can use a suite or a bundle that you already have. And again, if your order is $75 or more, you'll get some embellishments that you can use on the cards. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. Now, hopefully some of you, I think, are coming in through YouTube now. But I'm not able to go live in my Facebook group at this point in time. I'm hoping I'm going to figure that out. There is a way, I understand, using StreamYard to be able to go in live in the group. And so hopefully when I get back from Mexico, I'll have some time to actually figure that out. But for now, you need to find me either on my Facebook page or through YouTube. And so if you do subscribe on YouTube, you should get a notification that I go live, the same as you might on Facebook if you've got your notifications turned on. So this is the last day I will be live until I get back from Mexico. So I will be gone from Saturday. I go to Vancouver and then on to Mexico on Sunday, and I will be home the following Saturday and then home to Ladysmith on the Sunday. So the next time I will be live will be with my sketch challenge on May 7th. So stay tuned if you are part of my Facebook group or on my page, follow my page. I will post pictures of my time in Mexico. I am so thankful to all of you, to my team, and to all my customers for supporting me. I just can't believe that I've been so lucky and to have earned the trip. That less than 1% of demonstrators worldwide earned this trip, and so I am so honored to be part of them. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great time, and I will see you back live on May 7th. Happy stamping. Bye.